welcome to Rockin Country Radio, and I'm your host, Dawn Mack, or DJ Delta Dawn, as some call me. And it is so good to have you here this evening and to be here with you as well. We are very, very excited because this is kind of a new show in our arsenal of shows that we have created, and this is our country music show where we cater to hit country, the newest country out there, but we also love to showcase upcoming great country artists. And I'm very, very excited about our guest tonight because I am a North Carolina native, and in case the accent didn't give it away, she is a North Carolina native and splits her time between North Carolina and Nashville, and she is definitely an artist to watch. I've been a fan of hers for some time, and to just see her growing in her career and to doing all these tremendous things is just, it's unbelievable what she's been able to accomplish in such a short amount of time. And she is absolutely phenomenal, and you will find out a little bit later in the show. We'll be playing some of her music, and you'll be able to see firsthand just how incredibly talented that she is. But she has had the opportunity to open up for top country acts like Chris Young and Justin Moore, and one of her earliest inspirations was none other than Randy Travis. So we are going to find out all about her and her music, her career, and so forth, and we are so very excited to welcome to our show this evening Miss Amanda Daughtry. Hello, Amanda.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for your kind words. That was so nice.
Well, thank you. And you know what it is? I've interviewed so many people, and it is so nice to talk to someone from my native state, our native state, I should say, North Carolina. It is, and to have an accent like mine is awesome. Thank you.
It gets thicker sometimes when I call home to family or to anyone back home. People that I'm in a group with, I get off the phone, they're like, man, your accent got really thick all of a sudden. It does sometimes. I'll be y'all. My y'all will get really thick.
Yeah, well, you know what happens, and we would not be Southern Belles, as they say, if we didn't use the word y'all. I mean, that's just kind of part of the vocabulary, you know?
That's it. That is it.
Well, as I said in the intro, you are splitting your time between North Carolina and Nashville, and I guess right out of the gate, I wanted to ask you, how is that for you? Because I know you come back to North Carolina a lot to play shows and dates and private events and so forth, and then you're also in Nashville almost full-time too, so how do you balance the two?
I don't. I don't. It's so hard sometimes, Dawn. I tell you, this past week especially, I was stuck in Raleigh for 2 hours, a huge wreck. And I left at 6 o'clock in the morning thinking, oh, this is great. I had a meeting in Nashville at 3 o'clock, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to be fine. Plus, you gain an hour going, so, great. Well, then I get to Burlington, decide to get off the interstate, get back on, and first thing you know, I get a speeding ticket. So I drove last year alone, just in my car, 70,000 miles.
Oh,
so,
wow.
yeah, I mean, the speeding's the how do I say this? I'm more likely to get a ticket 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 more times likely than someone else, just because I'm on the road so much. So I try to please with the state troopers and whatnot, but it doesn't work. So that definitely makes it really tough for driving. I go to the judge, and I'm like, I'm a musician. Give me some leeway. So that makes it tough. And my dad has a business here in North Carolina, and I still help him. So I'm having to go to Nashville. I'm writing. I do some radio stuff there. And then I come back home and I play. And we're playing in Georgia now a lot. And we just branched out to Kentucky last month. And we've got a show in Maryland in mid-July. And we're getting there, but just a lot of hard work.
Oh, no doubt. Well, see, I'm thinking as you're talking about this, I'm thinking that you need to write a song that you can just sing when you get pulled by a state trooper, and they will be so impressed with your voice and your talent that they'll just, let you go. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Maybe that's something to think about.
So instead of like let it go, it'd be like let me go, let me go.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Spin off the favorite song from kids these days, and some adults, I might add. Well, gosh, I mean,
I got pulled over. Sorry, I got pulled over in Hickory last November, about mile marker 96, and the speed limit changes right there at that mile marker. I know this very well now. And coming into North Carolina, and the state trooper saw my sticker on the back of my car, and he knocked on the window, and he goes, "Are you Amanda Daughtry? Like the singer?" I'm like, "Yeah, like the singer." And he goes, "Man." So I gave him my autograph, a koozie, and he still wrote me a ticket.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, you have to think about, you know, the I don't know if there's any truth to this, and if there's any highway patrolmen or officers out there listening, and you want to call in and give us some verification or tweet us or whatever. But you know, they always say that around the end of the month that's when they're real ticket happy. You know, they're gung ho on giving tickets and writing tickets to meet quotas. And so I guess if you're away from the end of the month, you're probably okay. But wow, that's pretty funny that he wrote you a ticket anyway, even though he's like, you know, a little starstruck there in the beginning.
He did, and he Facebooked me later, and we are now friends on Facebook. So we're
oh, how about that? That is so funny. Well, I have to also ask you, because I'm sure that you've gotten this question numerous times, being that you're from North Carolina. But are you any relation to Chris Daughtry?
No, we are not related. I wish that we were. I more than likely wouldn't be having this conversation with you. No, I'm just kidding. Kidding. We're not related. I get it everywhere. I get it at the bank. Almost everyone that I've ever played for has asked me that, but no, we're not. No relation.
Yeah, you know, if you were, that'd be one thing you could say. You know, Chris Daughtry is my cousin, or Chris Daughtry is my brother, or something. You know, I mean, it's just because you both are from North Carolina, and I imagine it would be a given that you would always get that question more times than not. So to clear that up for anyone out there who's an Amanda Daughtry fan, she's no relation to Chris Daughtry, but an equally good musician and singer-songwriter, no doubt. So let's talk about Nashville now. When you first moved to Nashville, I know that was probably on your list of goals that you wanted to achieve in being an artist, but what was it like for you when you first moved there and kind of started taking it all in?
When you first moved there, it's scary. I mean, it's a little bit intimidating. You'll learn quickly that there are people that have been there longer than you, whether a day, a month, 10 years, and you start to watch and learn from those people, become your peers, and you develop a group of friends that you'll grow with. Some people won't stay. The rate there is like, I think it's 600 and something move there a month, and 650 move there, and 649 move home.
Oh,
and
wow.
It is, you'll grow, and you'll start to learn from your peers, that group that you grow with. There are a lot of talented musicians in Nashville, and there are a lot of people that want to sing and to grow musically and to do this for the rest of their life. So you'll find quickly that you have to work hard, and you have to work as hard as everyone else, and you'll start to get some respect in town, and you'll start riding around town. And I will say this, though, it is nice to be around a bunch of people that want to do the same thing as you and have the same drive.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like a giant college, to be honest with you. So,
well, and the great thing about that is, you know, I've heard that Nashville, I've never been to Nashville, it's on my list of things to do, but compared to like LA, you know, that music scene out there, that the Nashville music scene is so accommodating, it's so welcoming, you know, and musicians are more than happy to work with you. They're very collaborative, whereas, you know, out in LA, it's very cutthroat, and it's quite the opposite atmosphere. You know, it's nowhere near as welcoming. So, you know, and I think in a way that's awesome, and it really kind of comes through in the country music industry. You do see that often, you know, in live performances and you know, like, you know, in the award shows, you see how the artists are really, it's like a family almost.
It is, and a lot of people are moving to Nashville. A lot of LA folks are moving to Nashville. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, I can't believe how much Nashville's growing. They just built a new convention center there, and there's bars going up like crazy. Alan Jackson just bought a piece of property on the water there that was for sale, and I hear tell that he's building a 3-story bar. So, I mean, it's just nuts, growing like wildfire.
It is, and I would just love to go and see it. I mean, I think it is a town that everybody needs to go visit at some point in their life, just to take it all in. never been to Nashville. Now, my daughters have been. They went with their dad some years ago and loved it. It was their first time there and came home talking about it. And I was like, I've got to go to Nashville. This is crazy. I can't believe it. I like country music, and I just haven't been to Nashville. So, yeah, it's got to happen. It's going to happen. But yeah, I think it's awesome the way the environment is there, and the fact that you have so many opportunities to go and collaborate and perform. I mean, it really does open, I imagine, quite a few doors for you everywhere you turn.
It does. Nashville is great. There's something going on. The bar's open at 10 o'clock in the morning. They close at 2 o'clock in the next morning. And what's nice about it is I have a lot of friends that play down there weekly, and some of them play every single night, every single day. And you can just walk in and, Brainy Thornton, she's one of my favorite singers downtown. She'll call you up on stage every time you go in, and she's going to get a break, and you're going to sing a few songs. And the camaraderie is very nice there. Like I said, once you move there, you kind of find your group, and you grow with them over time.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it's about. But I can't believe I'm giving you a personal invitation right now to come to Nashville and to you can stay with me if you want, and I want to take you all over the city. I cannot believe that you've never been there.
I know. I'm almost ashamed to admit it. It seems almost oxymoron to love country music and not have been to Nashville. But, and being in North Carolina, even more of less of an excuse not to go because I'm so close compared to other states, apart from it. So, it's just like across the border. So it's crazy. But you are an amazing songwriter in addition to being just a phenomenal singer, but a songwriter, and you've collaborated with some awesome people out there, and and you can really tell that everything that you put out is so professionally done. It sounds so good on radio, but with all that, I mean, is there anyone in particular, or maybe several people in particular, if you had the chance to collaborate and songwrite with, who would you want to work with?
Well, some people that have already worked on my project. One of the tracks that I sent you, She Don't Look Like Me, I wrote with Rick Tiger, and he that's on the album, and he's probably one of my favorites. And I want to write with him again, obviously, for this next project. I am working on a new album right now that I'm planning to start very, very soon. I know I just had one come out in November of last year, but I have so much in my mind right now that I'd like to get down. There are songs on my album that I did not write, and that is something that I'm proud of. There are people out there that all they do is write songs, and they need someone to hear them. And Mandy Campbell is one of them. She's married to Craig Campbell. He's already on the radio big time. She is a wonderful songwriter, and when I first started looking for songs for the record, I knew there was going to be a few songs that I wrote on there, but I was like, man, there are some great writers in Nashville that need their material heard. And so I contacted Mindy, and she sent me some songs, and they just jumped out at me. One of them that you have is Now You Want Me, that you're going to play today. And there's a couple co-writers on that. I'm not Nicole Johnston, and I can't think of the other one right this second, but that is a wonderful tune about breakup and heartbreak, and I just found myself beating the steering wheel, singing it, blaring it out. And so I thought, I want this one. And then another one that I sent you, Feels Like Love, I did that as a duet with Ross Copley. He is from North Carolina, and great artist doing his thing out in Nashville as well. And Markham Stewart was one of the writers on that song, and when I heard it, I was like, this is the best duet I've ever heard. And I know a lot of people, wouldn't do a duet on their first record out in Nashville, but I'm all about breaking the rules. I am a chameleon of sorts. I'm actually thinking about naming this next project Chameleon, just because, out there, they really want you to stick to one thing, but I love music, and I love all of it. And that's kind of where I see my future in this business is I've been really successful on the road, and I'm going to keep writing and keep playing, and maybe this next project's going to be a little bit different than my last project. Let's just say that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think it shows your versatility as an artist, but also it kind of sets you apart from the norm, so to speak, of Nashville and of country music. And with country music changing the way it has just over the last 5-6 years, and you've got more of a beat, a driving beat that's in all the music now, and it's just so different from, say, 2 decades ago, even a decade ago. And, and it really is doing a lot to draw in, a younger audience. I know my 16-year-old daughter, she loves country music, and, and people from other different genres with all the collaborating. And so I think, too, you've got the right idea, because it will make you very relevant, especially in the world of country music as we know it right now, with all the changes taking place. I mean, artists are doing things in country music that before they would have never gone near. And they've taken those risks, and it has been very well accepted by terrestrial radio and just, listeners in general.
Right, it has. But what's weird about it, to me, is or not so weird, but just now you have your Zach Brown sort of more folky country music, and you still have your upbeat stuff that sort of Georgia Line's coming out with. But there are some newer bands that are coming on board right now that are more folky. I don't know if you've listened to anything from Maggie Rose, but she's really making some headway, and her songs tell stories, which is something that we haven't really heard or seen in country music in a while. I mean, it paints an entire picture from beginning to end. And I do miss that storytelling side of country. So that hopefully will come back around. And I'd like to collaborate, I guess, with someone like that. Somebody like Maggie or Zach Brown, even Eric Church. Wow, gosh, I would love to collaborate with him.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's awesome, because now country music is not just, it's not so genre-based. I mean, it really has branched out. It's opened itself up to a lot of different creativity, and it's really given country music fans a lot of versatility in choice, whereas, before you had to kind of pick and choose from different genres to kind of get what country music is now offering as a one-stop shop for all your listening, if you will, just by, what the artists are doing, the songs that are being written, the collaborations with artists outside of the country music genre, which is kind of taking it to a whole different level. So, and yeah, I think you're very correct in that. I believe that country music, there's a place in country music for the, what we consider traditional country, and, there's something for everyone. And so nothing is out of style, if you will.
No, I do wish they would kind of recognize some of the outlaw country more. I've got a couple artists that know of, and one that I'm pretty good friends with around this area in North Carolina. His name is Eric Strickland, and if you want, you should definitely try to get him on. He's tearing it up more so than a lot of us. I mean, he's traveling all the way from Texas back to North Carolina and playing.
Wow.
And, he's on his 4th album, I think, right now, and I think he got voted for Outlaw Band of the Year down in Texas for the Texas Music Awards. So super, super proud of what he's doing. And it's so nice, like I said, to be a chameleon of sorts, because I like it all. I mean, there's nothing about music that I don't like. So I listen to it all and perform it all, and I just have a lot of fun.
Well, what has been your most memorable experience to date that is just something that sticks with you no matter what you're doing, in your, in music or what have you?
Oh, my gosh, my most memorable event. Okay, I was opening for Justin Moore in Raleigh, and it was raining outside, and the event was outside. It was pouring. They hadn't even fixed the lights or anything. I mean, it was a mess. A little over 2,000 people came to the show, and there was a chance for us to go inside. And all of a sudden, his road manager is just beating on the door, like, we need you to open. We're moving everybody inside. So what turned it from a 25-minute set was supposed to be turned into an hour and a half. I didn't even have shoes on when I first got on stage. I was, running inside, trying to entertain these people that were hot, sticky, just they were trying to get them out of the rain so that they could finish, some things. The storm was going to pass soon, and that was a blast. Just being able to go out and to perform in front of, elbow to elbow in this venue until till the rain passed. And we ended up playing, like I said, for like an hour and a half. And I loved it. I loved every minute of it. That was fun.
Well, and with outdoor venues, especially this time of year, you just never know what the weather's going to do. And as well as I do, in North Carolina, those afternoon storms will crop up. And why do they always hit around concert time? I mean, you go over to Raleigh and you go to the venue over there, and it's like, you get set, and here comes a storm, and you just get drenched because you can't get under shelter quick enough. So it is,
right.
But they're awesome. I love outdoor. I love the fact, I love to go to outdoor venues because it's just so different than being inside of an arena. I was just over there for Luke Bryan the other weekend, and man, what a show, by the way. But just that camaraderie and the excitement and the electricity of a show that's outdoors is just so different than when you're indoors sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It is. Don't jinx me, Dawn, because we have actually a lot. I have 15 shows in July. It's the most I've ever done in a month. So I'm super excited about playing 15 shows.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Our big show, the beginning of the month is downtown Raleigh for July 4th. We'll be downtown in the City Plaza at 4 o'clock that day, and there is a map available on their website. July the 6th will be in the town of Newton Grove, North Carolina, for their fireworks celebration. That's a Sunday, and that is that evening at 6 o'clock, and they can find details on my site. July the 16th we're doing a big show for the Southern College of Maryland, and that is, a Wednesday night. It's free. Then July 23rd, we're playing out at the Kokobuth Amphitheater in Cary, and that's going to be for their summer concert series on the Crescent deck. So it's just opposite of the stage, the big stage, and it's just us, and we have a local opener. She's 10 years old. Her name's Abby Stevens.
Wow.
Amazing talent, and I'm super excited about that. And we have tons of other shows on Ray Price Bike Fest later on this year, downtown Raleigh, that they can look up on my AmandaDaughtry.com website and find all the details. But I wanted to talk to you about my camp. I'm so happy about this camp. Ever since I've been little, my family couldn't always afford to send me to do, lessons or things like that, so I never got to do that. So I decided this year, I went to the town of Benson. I said, I don't need anything but the auditorium. You don't have to do anything. Just let me have the auditorium for a week. So the town manager there, Matt Zapp, was super awesome and let me have the auditorium for an entire week. And I'm doing this year, it's a free vocal camp for kids ages 6 to 14. The deadline is already passed this year for entry. We had over 400 entries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was. We were blessed with some newspaper promotion, some free stuff, and I'm so thankful to the Dunn, Benson, Daily Record, Garner paper, as well as the Cleveland paper for helping us out with that in the social section. But we wanted to make it free, or I wanted to make it free, because I wanted some of the kids that maybe don't have an opportunity to go to camp to be able to come to camp. And I was overwhelmed with the admission, with the entries, and so we did make them fill an application out to check to see, we wanted kids coming that were serious. And out of 400 entries, though, I only had one child fill out their actual application.
Oh, wow.
And it was the cutest thing in the world. It was so cute. And, of course, I'll let that one come. But we took only 28 kids out of that many for the first year, and I've got some wonderful volunteers that are going to help me at camp, and they're going to go to camp for a week and learn a lot about vocal performance and a little bit of theory. We're going to write music, and at the end of camp, they're going to perform a song, either group or solo. And I'm excited about that week. However, I found out that after we planned the camp, that they announced the Carolina Music Awards were that Saturday, and they nominated me for Female Artist and Country Female Artist of the Year.
Oh, wow.
but I can't go.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we have. Other than camp, I have a show that Saturday night. Huge fundraiser in Clinton, North Carolina for. They're building a helicopter pad in Roseboro, so I'm just swamped that whole week, and I can't go to the awards. And I'm sending a couple people in my place on the red carpet, so hopefully we'll bring home a win or two.
And that would be awesome. And I'm thinking, if you win, what a great kind of way to round out that week that you're dealing with camp and you're holding your very first camp for those kids, to be able to announce that, you received one, if not both of those awards. I mean, those kids, and what an opportunity. I mean, that is such an awesome thing that I love about you, Amanda, is the fact that you stay true to your roots. And even though you're out in Nashville and you're really working on your career and you're writing, and you're just constantly busy out there, you still come back home to play. And, and I'm thinking, gosh, this vocal summer camp is an awesome thing. And as you get bigger and bigger in country music, this is going to be something that is going to be even more meaningful for not only for the state, but for the kids who get to benefit from it. I mean, this is phenomenal.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've just felt that, all this self-promoting and trying to grow, and there's so many people out there that need things like this, and why not? This is just the tip of the iceberg. I plan on doing this every year annually, as long as the town of Benson will have us, and I hope the event can grow, or the camp can grow. And then I've also got an autism walk. My brother is 22. He's autistic and low functioning, and so I'm pretty active with the Autism Society of North Carolina, and this will be the third year I've had a big team. Team Daughtry, and they can also sign up for that if they want to come with us and walk in October. They can sign up on my website. They just have to look around. They'll find the link for it and join the team. I'm not for sure the date, but it is in October. And then I get people that call me every week and want us to help with different events, and we try to do every single one if the calendar allows for it.
Well, and that is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you are so busy, and sometimes I don't know how you keep your head from spinning because but everything you're doing is making such a difference. And, and as you become more involved and you get these kids, in the vocal camp itself, aside from your incredible talent and all the performing that you do here in the state, as kids become more familiar with this and each year it continues to grow, I mean, what a role model you are for these kids, not only to teach them, vocally what they need to do to become better performers and singers and writers, but to just to have you to look up to and to, to be their hero.
Well, I appreciate that. That's what I want the event to be about. Mainly is about them gaining confidence. And a lot of the parents that wrote to me about camp, that was a lot of the main concern was they sing in the room or they sing around the house. And when I was growing up, it's the same thing I did. I drove my parents nuts with my hairbrush in my mirror singing, Martina McBride and Shania Twain and, Whitney and all. I just, I want the children to grow up, with confidence that they can sing, that they can perform. And I'm hoping that it just grows and grows. And also I hope that this helps them in the future if they see someone in me that is trying to grow, with confidence that they can help out.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And that always tends to kind of lend itself to, paying it forward in many different ways. And this will, I think, leave a lasting impression on these kids and the lessons they'll carry forward, not just from, a musical standpoint, but just life lessons, which I think is awesome. And that's the great thing about camps in general is what it teaches children,
It does. And the funny thing is we have one male camper.
Oh.
One. So I'm looking forward to how that's going to pan out, and I just think that's going to be hilarious. So when I was getting applications in, I'm like, man, it was just all girls. And It's so funny how it's different in country music. The males dominate, and the women are just barely surviving most of the time.
Yeah.
So, here I am with all female applicants, but one guy. one.
Well, you know, the upside to that is, yeah, it's one guy, but all these females that want to attend your camp. I mean, I'm thinking there's hope for country music yet with it becoming more female dominated, because, you know, I know you as well as I know that on the radio you turn it on and it's male after male, you know, whether it's duos, groups, what have you, and you hear a couple, you know, females here and there, but you know, so it'd be nice to know that the future of country music is going to have more females in it, because there's certainly a place. I mean, my gosh, such immensely talented individuals out there. Yeah, girl power. There you go. So, well, I tell you, anything we can do to help you in any way, shape, or form with any of that, please let us know. We would love to help promote it and get the word out about it, especially in the years to come as you go forward and this continues to be something that you do. You know, we would love to be involved if we can. So just let us know what you need, and we're glad to help you with it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me on the radio. And out there, if you're listening, you can go to or on Twitter, it's at AS Daughtry, and on Facebook, it's Amanda Daughtry Band, and on my website, www.amandadaughtry.com. Don't forget to look at my dates. We're playing. I'm booking right now, like the middle of 2015. So we're playing to we're super busy, and I'm blessed, and I'm thanking the fans for all their support. And this record, Don't Let It Hit You, that you're going to play a few tracks from here in a few minutes. I put it on for sale in November, and it's not for sale on iTunes. Funny thing about me is I'm a little old school, and I still believe that people will buy records, and we have sold the mess out of this record, and they have to get it at a show or they have to get it on my website. So you can buy the tracks individually, just a few of them on my site. There are a few of them that are available for download on my site, but I'm still holding off putting the material on iTunes yet, because I've just got a little bit of a point to prove.
Yeah, there you go.
I am hard-headed.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with trying to stay true to what we grew up with. You know, I mean, iTunes was not always around, and there was just something always magical about knowing that your favorite artist was coming out with a new record, and you were anxiously waiting for it to hit the record store. I mean, there was no such thing as going to iTunes and getting it instantly. You had to go to the record store. So yeah, I love that you're doing that, because you know, too many artists have gotten away from that for the convenience of it for their fans, but there's still ways for fans to get it without, you know, feeling like or artists feeling the pressure of putting it on iTunes just to be relevant or the here and now. So I think that's awesome. And hey, on the upside, you know, if your computer crashes or you have no internet, you can't download it anyway. So, but if you've got the CD in hand, you just pop it in and keep going, right? So
just pop it in, but it will be available. I keep saying in a couple of months, but it will be available summertime. I'm actually going to release some new songs that I'm working on, like I said, working on right now. So do look for that, hopefully in the middle of the summer on iTunes.
Well, Amanda, thank you so very much for being our special guest this evening, and it has been a real pleasure speaking with you, and love to have you back anytime. And again, anything we can do for you to help promote you or your music or your calls, please just let us know. We'd love to help.
Thank you, Dawn, so much for having me. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Yes, ma'am, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. She is wonderful. We've been speaking with Amanda Daughtry. And, again, if you would like to go check her out, she is at amandadaughtry.com. And you can also find her on Twitter. And she is at A.S. Daughtry and also Amanda Daughtry Music on Facebook. So we're going to play a couple of cuts off of her latest album, and I must tell you, they are super good. When I first heard them, as I do so often with unsigned artists, I just scratched my head and said, why is she not on mainstream radio? This is some really good stuff. So we're going to play a couple songs. First we'll play Feels Like Love, followed by Now You Want Me, and we will close with She Don't Look Like Me. And I want to thank everyone for being here this evening and tuning in, and especially thank you to Amanda Daughtry for being our special guest. Have a great evening, and we will close now with these great songs from Amanda. Take care, all. We'll see you again here real soon. God bless, and good night.
can breathe you out just the same.
When I feel you, when I'm with you, my heart starts to race.
I love you, but I hate you. I need you, then I push you away.
I know it's just a moment. I can't help feeling this way. Oh no.
It feels like love tonight. Yeah, it feels like love tonight. Yeah, it feels like love.
Just the touch of your skin, your breath on my neck, and I give in.
Know just what to do. Every move I lose my head again.
I know I should go home. I know I shouldn't waste my time.
One more night won't kill us. A glass of red wine ain't asking too much, is it now? It feels like love tonight. Yeah, it feels like love tonight. Oh, we know it's just a matter of time before we surrender to what we can't hide. Before the night, it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Surrendered to the sunrise as we say goodbye. We say goodbye.
Knocking at my door, begging me to come back. You've been saying, baby, forgive, give me another chance. You were pushing me away every time I tried to get close. Now that I don't give a damn, you don't wanna let go.
Over, and I finally set you free.
like me. She got forever, and I just got it. I guess I could hate her,